Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about ESR and the PCV. ESR refers to erythrocyte sedimentation rate and PCV packed cell volume. Let's get on. Actually, the PCV and ESR comes under the main heading that main competency RBC formation and its functions. But in this class I am going to complete up to describe the clinical importance of determining PCV and ESR and all above competencies such as define hemopoiesis, erythropoiesis, describe the morphology of the RBCs, state the normal lifespan of the RBCs, and the rest of the competencies which are below this line will be covered in erythropoiesis proper. So please check the I button for the link. Defining hemopoiesis and erythropoiesis. Hemopoiesis is the process of formation which includes development, maturation, and release of blood cells. Erythropoiesis is the process of formation which again includes development, maturation, and release of red blood cells. You must add red before blood cells of the definition of hemopoiesis gives you the definition of erythropoiesis. Describing the morphological features of the RBCs. From your lower classes, you know that RBCs are circular, biconcave, and non-nucleated discs. In simple words, RBCs look like balusha. If you don't know what balusha is, I will show you a figure of that balusha. This biconcave shape has its own advantage. It increases the surface area of the RBCs that helps in the easy exchange of the gases and also increased exchange of the gases. And it easily folds while passing through the narrow capillaries so that it can't get ruptured. If we measure the RBCs, the diameter would be 7 micrometer to 8 micrometer, on average 7.5 micrometer, and the width varies because of its shape. Periphery we will get 2 micrometer, at the center we will get 1 micrometer, and surface area would be 140 micrometer square and the volume 78 to 94 micrometer cube. Normally RBCs can live up to 120 days and the aged RBCs are destroyed in tissue macrophage system. We can measure the RBC's lifespan with the help of radioactive iron or the chromium. On coming to the PCV and the ESR. Packed cell volume and ESR both look similar, so there is a chance of confusion. Let me define PCV. PCV is fractional volume of blood that erythrocytes occupy in total blood volume. ESR is defined as rate at which red cells fall. PCV is measured by centrifugation, while in ESR, RBCs are settled due to the force of gravity. In PCV, we will make them to settle with a centrifugation force. In ESR, they fell off naturally with the force of gravity. Packed cell volume is also known as hematocrit. Hematocrit is a reliable indicator of red cell population. In conditions like polycythemia, where there is increased number of RBCs, the hematocrit value is also increased. In conditions like anemia, we will be having very less number of RBCs, so there is decreased hematocrit value. Thus, it helps in detecting and classifying various types of anemia, and we will be discussing these anemias soon. Normal values: males have 46% and the females 42%. In ranges, males have 40 to 50%, in females 37 to 47%. We may get false high results in conditions like spherocytosis and the sickle cell anemia. This is due to the gap formation in the process of centrifugation due to the altered shape of the RBCs, and this gap is filled by the plasma. So we will get a false high results in hematocrit. ESR is a fresh topic for today's class, so we will be going in depth to understand what exactly ESR is. It is measured in two ways, with the Winthrop method and Westergren method. In Winthrop method, we will be having normal values for male 0 to 9 mm per hour, for females 0 to 20 mm per hour. In Westergren method, we will be having males 3 to 5 mm per hour, females 5 to 12 mm per hour. You must note a striking feature here. Females have more value of ESR than the males. Please note down these differences, it will be helpful soon. ESR depends on the formation of the Rolex. Rolex is nothing but the filing of RBCs one over the other, just like keeping coins one over the other. There are some factors which affect the formation of ESR. Shape and size of the RBCs and some plasma factors, as we mentioned, size of the Rolex. I prepared this diagram for you. This diagram explains about the factors which affect the formation of ESR. There are mainly two factors which affect the ESR, Rolex and the viscosity. Increased size of Rolex increases the ESR, increased viscosity decreases the ESR. Now Rolex in turn depends on so many factors. Let's discuss each factor. The shape. Biconcave shape favors because piling of RBC one over the other favored by the biconcave shape. In similar way, altered in shape and size decreases the Rolex size because in hereditary spherocytosis and in sickle cell anemia, the piling of RBCs one over the other becomes difficult. I will give you an example to get better understand. Imagine yourself passing through the fast food street. You can notice that in many shops, balushas or the vadas kept one over the other without any difficulty and they look very nice. But if you looked at the bondas that they made, they will simply throw it on a tray because they don't favor piling one over the other. You can apply this to here. This type of comparison always helps us to remember the concepts for longer duration. Coming back to the figure, I have drawn RBCs with negative charges. These charges are normally present over the RBCs. Due to these ions or the charges, RBCs repel each other. These repulsion decreases the formation of Rolex. So the plasma factors, fibrinogen and also the globulin neutralizes these charges, and reduced charge over the surfaces favors the combination of those RBCs. This combining of RBCs favors the formation of Rolex. In some pathological conditions like infections, acute phase reactants are increased in plasma, and these also neutralizes the charges and favors the formation of the Rolex. In simple words, you need to know that in infections there is increased ESR. That's it. Coming back to the viscosity, viscosity again dependent on the two factors, the cell mass and the temperature. I will give you an example. In cell mass, if it will get increased in polycythemia, increased number of RBCs are present. Increased number of RBCs increases the viscosity. Increased viscosity decreases the ESR. In similar fashion, temperature, increased temperature decreases the viscosity. You can remember this from your lower classes or just remember it as it is. And decreased viscosity increases the ESR. So negative effect gives a combination of the positive. So increased temperature increases the ESR. Again the same thing written in words. If you want these notes, you can download from the link in description. Variations of ESR in physiological conditions. During pregnancy, ESR increases due to increase in the plasma fibrinogen content, and you know the mechanism already. And during menstrual bleeding, ESR is more. ESR is also more in parturition. Gender, ESR is more in female. Actually, I told you to remember that point. Increased number of RBCs decreases the ESR due to increased viscosity. So usually males have more RBCs than the females. So ESR is more in female due to less number of RBCs. Age, ESR is high in newborn and infant. Looking at the pathological variations, there are two conditions usually and always, increased or the decreased. For our level, you must definitely know that increased due to the infections. It's so much basic. So you must know. And decreased, you already know 3 points where it get decreases. In polycythemia, sickle cell anemia and the hereditary spherocytosis. This is the end of the video. If you have any doubt, please drop down a comment, or if you want to add, then also drop down a comment. If you liked, then please share with your friends, and stay well and study well. Bye bye. See you soon.